I never thought anybody as my competition. Manvita, she actually helped me in my career, I can say. My parents one day would say that we had taken the best decision by allowing you to go to NIFT. If you have faith in yourself, you just can achieve anything in life. If you have the courage to pursue your passion, you will be successful. Work hard every single day and try to be better every single day. Initial investment was a stitching machine and a mannequin is what I did.
And how much was that?
That was around 10,000.
10,000 rupees.
Yeah.
And how much turnover is Divya making now?
It is around 1.2 CR.
Namaskara. Welcome to Real Celebrity Podcast, powered by Krishniah Chetty Group of Jewelers. These are stories of extraordinary women. In this episode today, we're going to talk a lot about fashion because we have the youngest fashion designer who's achieved so much in the field of fashion. That's none other than Divya Samal. Let's welcome Divya to the show. Hi, Divya.
Hello, Spoorthi. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing really good, and I'm so glad to be back here again. And it's always a pleasure to come back to this forum and with you, chatting, inspiring, and everything.
Thank you so much. So, Divya happened to be our Karnataka Women Achiever awardee last year,
Yes.
2022. Not 2023, 2022, and she won the award Excellence in Fashion. But today we are here to speak so much about the fashion industry and how you can establish yourself as an expert fashion designer. Divya is a celebrity fashion designer. She's done a lot of very big fashion shows, and now she's all set to represent her brand at Paris Fashion Week. What else can be a better introduction? Paris Fashion Week is everybody's dream. Every designer's dream is someday, even Bombay Fashion Week or Bangalore Fashion Week is a dream for a lot of fashion designers. And you being from Bangalore and, staying here and, dreaming of something like Paris Fashion Week itself is big. But now you've got an opportunity to represent yourself and your brand at Paris Fashion Week. That speaks so much about your credibility. So welcome to the show,
Divya.
Divya.
Thank you so much.
So Divya, you've come a long way at a very tender age. First, let me ask you, how old are you?
I'm 28-year-old.
28-year-old representing her brand at Paris Fashion Week. That's fantastic.
Thank
You're
you
going to be
so much.
a big inspiration to so many young achievers who are dreaming big. Yes, Divya.
The dream of being a fashion designer was not very recent one. This is something that I knew at a very, very young age in my life. Young age, as young as when I was in school, and that too in like 5th grade or 4th grade, like that.
Really?
So they say morning shows the day. So when I was that young, I would ask my mom and I'll design something on paper and I'll ask her, go get me this outfit.
Oh.
So that's when they knew that, okay, this girl is very creative and she's gonna make something on her own. I was never satisfied with any of my dresses that she used to purchase for me.
Okay.
So I will myself create something, draw it on a paper. When I was 4th grade, I used to draw it on the paper and show her, go get me this exact outfit. And that she would break her head like, where do I get this outfit from? And that was a day, and today is a day when I'm designing outfits for all the brides of Bangalore or abroad, you can say. When I look back at that age, I kind of knew, like, even though I was not sure that I'm gonna be a fashion designer, but everyone around me knew that I'm gonna be somewhat in this field.
Okay.
So, but the journey to this point was not easy at all. I was stuck in that, the race of being an engineer and then joining IT and all that. So, after my 12th, I had done engineering for a year, and in my engineering college, everyone there would tell me, what are you doing here? You should be in something in fashion or in, creative line or something. That's when, without telling my parents, I had just gave the NIFT exam.
Really?
And I had the courage of doing that
Fantastic.
without
So some quick questions, Divya. Where were you born?
I was born and brought up in Orissa, Bhubaneswar.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, great. And where did you do your schooling?
I did my schooling in BJM school in Bhubaneswar,
Okay.
and then my 12th in Bakshi Jagabandhu College. And after that, I went 1 year to engineering in ETC department. I was there, and then I dropped it out and joined
Where was
NIFT.
this? Where was the engineering?
It was in Bhubaneswar.
Okay,
Yeah, and then I dropped out of that, and then I joined NIFT Chennai.
okay.
So the 4 year of NIFT Chennai experience is what molded me into something very.
So which year of engineering were you?
I just did a first year of engineering. Second semester I didn't attend because it was clashing with my NIFT entrance exam. So without telling anyone, I just didn't give the semester and I gave the entrance exam without even knowing whether I'll go through it or like get through it or not. And
Is it true that engineering dropouts is equal to successful achievers?
engineering dropouts, I can say, are the ones who has the courage to pursue their passion. And if you have the courage to pursue your passion, you will be successful. So
I hope the engineers don't take it as a motivation. But yes, if your calling is very real
Yes.
and if you know that this is exactly what I want to do,
Yeah.
whether it's engineering or,
Or
any
any
field,
other field.
you can choose and make a decision, and that can be your
Yeah,
turning point.
exactly.
So when you were in second semester, you did not give your engineering exam.
Yeah.
You secretly went and wrote
I
entrance.
NIFT entrance exam.
You didn't tell your parents.
I didn't tell my parents only got to know after I cracked the NIFT and I had like very a nice rank in it. I had like All India 50 rank. So once I had that rank in me, and then that's when I had the courage to go confront my parents that okay, see, I have given this exam and now you have to take me to the counseling of NIFT. So then
How was your parents' reaction?
the back then fashion designing wasn't a thing. So fashion designing, nobody there knew. So everyone feel like their kid should go to NIT, IIT or doctor. So that's the field they were proud of basically. When I told that I have given a written exam for fashion designing and I got through it. Now you take me to counseling, and my mom, dad, they were like, what is fashion designing? What do you do in that? Like, what even that? Is that even a thing? Is that even a career? Like, what are you talking about? And 1 year fees they had paid, and I am a very middle class family. I have like 4 siblings, like 3 siblings, like together we have 4 daughters. So like, spending for all of their education at the same time, it is a big thing for my parents to be doing. And then when they came to know that 1 year of expenses just has gone to waste, so obviously they were like very furious initially, but then I convinced my mom very much, and then my mom tried to convince my dad, but then initially he was not getting convinced and he was like, you cannot go. But then once he went to his workplace and he was telling about this to some of his colleague, that my daughter is crazy, she dropped out of a semester and gave NIFT exam, got through it, now she wants me to take her to counseling, I don't know what she's doing. And I had always been the rebel child of our family. And that colleague actually opened my dad's eye. So he told her, and she got a All India rank of 50 and you're not taking? My daughter been trying for NIFT from like 3-4 years and she's not getting through, and if your daughter got it, that's a big opportunity for her. Like, you know about NIFT and all this. And then my dad came with a changed heart and he told that okay, I'll take you to the counseling now that you have given and you got through it, so I'll take you to the counseling. And that's when my NIFT and designing journey started.
Fantastic. And then you took a decision from moving from Odisha to Chennai. Oh, that's a big transition, right?
Yeah. So Chennai, I opted because my sister was already there, and I was never out of my parents' house. So they were like, okay, your sister is there, you might as well go there and stay with her, study, and just don't let us down. Like, if we have taken this decision for you, you should make us proud. And that really stuck to me throughout, and it kind of created a pressure. Now that I have actually, like, they supported me in my dream, they saw the faith in me, I have to do something. And it wasn't a regular college days for me. Like, everybody would go there, do the classes, come back. But for me it was different. Every day I would think like, okay, I don't want to do this regular classes and do a regular job in designing. I have to be different, that my parents one day would say that we had taken the best decision by allowing you to go to NIFT. So that's when, like, every time I would, like, to come up with ideas, what can I do to make them proud, what can I do. Look, that pressure was there throughout the college life. That's when, like, I started, going out of my comfort zone and applying for fashion shows. When I was in second year, I should be focusing on my studies and this, but I was focusing on everything else. And I was applying for fashion weeks, fashion shows, this, that, and everywhere. I was just trying and putting my luck, like trying my luck everywhere. So that's when I got my first fashion show entry, that was Asian Designer Week. So that really was the turning point of my life. And
this was in which year?
This was in third year
And which year was it?
It was 2017. So I got my, like, first fashion week, that Asian Designer Week is what I got through. So that's when, like, I could take my entire family to Delhi. It was happening in Delhi, and I was in college. Even my faculties and everyone were shocked, like, how did you get through? Like, this normally happens when you pass out of it and you start applying for the shows and everything to showcase your collection. And I can really say I was blessed with the most amazing faculties of NIFT Chennai, most amazing friends of my life, and the most super supportive family of mine.
Just out of curiosity, there's so many watching there who's interested in fashion designing. So now that the opportunities are much more compared to what it was in 2016,
Yeah.
but if you have to be very precise, you said you started applying for fashion
Shows,
weeks,
yeah.
fashion shows, fashion weeks. How is that one can apply for a fashion week?
So there are so many portals. Right now they have lot of opportunities, because right now you can apply for Lakme Fashion Week sitting at your home if you have a nice portfolio and a collection and everything. So there were, like, lot of fashion weeks that are going there, and just because I wanted to show the things out there, like, just to be out there, I started applying, like, googling all the fashion weeks that are there. And this Asian Designer Week, I came across one of my senior from NIFT after passing out, after graduating. He had applied. Then I tried to talk to him regarding how was your experience, but I didn't get much of a response. Like, he was very busy back then. So then I googled Asian Designer Week, how can we apply for it, and what are the other fashion weeks that we can apply, like, from our own collection and everything. So I googled it mostly, like, that's the whole thing I can say. Like, I googled all the fashion weeks that are there happening in the span of next 6 months.
Okay.
From there, Asian Designer Week popped up, and I saw one of my senior has done it. So I thought, why can't I do it? So I just applied for it.
So you just said you need a portfolio. So what is a portfolio and how do you actually prepare it? When you have done some work, then it's a different portfolio. But when you're a student or you're somebody who's aspiring to create a name, how is that one can create a portfolio?
Portfolio is basically you creating a collection, whether it can be a collection of 14 outfit, 10 outfit, or it's a 6 outfit.
So it's a drawing space.
It's a collection, and it's better if you have live outfits out there. So for me, how I created a collection was, like, all the pocket money that I used to get, I'll go buy fabric. I have a small stitching machine with me, like my dad had gifted me when I joined. So I'll go get my, like, I'll tell them I need it for, like, shopping, I need for shoes, I need for, going out and this, that, and I'll go buy fabrics and come back. So I'll go fabric and then I'll design the outfits on, like, sketch it out or something like that. And then because I was in NIFT, I was lucky enough to be taught, like, pattern making, garment construction, all the little details of it. So, like, whatever I used to learn, I used to incorporate them in my own collection. This is unofficial, nothing related to the college that I did. So this is like something separate in my pastimes I used to sit and do. And then I created collection, and my friend who was my roommate, so I would make her wear everything and take pictures. So it's like a very, like a dress up game that we used to play when I was in college. Like, well, make dresses, I'll ask her to wear, I'll take pictures and all that. Then once we did all that, so this portfolio is basically like I was lucky enough to have like few outfits ready to show it, like to present it to the fashion week people. Okay, so this is the thing. Even the finishing wasn't so proper because I was still a student, I was learning and everything. But then when you take pictures, you click it in a very aesthetic way and all that. So it's I took it as a college assignment, not basically, okay, I'll be getting through it. I like, just let me just see what if I get through it. Like that curiosity that I had, what if like happens, what's the worst that can happen. Like,
fantastic. What's the best that can happen? What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Where is the midpoint that we can stay? Fantastic.
So,
great. Yeah.
So that's the curiosity level. So when you're in college normally, for right now, so people get very much involved in the college life, friends, hanging out, going out, parties, eating, trips and everything. I can say I had a very, very boring 4 years of my NIFT life. So where I would never go around with like friends or go to parties. They'll call me for parties. I'm like, I'm not well, and then I'll start stitching my outfits and everything. So like I had that boring life of like just pursuing what I wanted. I don't know how this kind of, determination came in me, but I knew
Were
that...
you the same way in your schools in Odisha and engineering college?
No, engineering college was a havoc. Like I never studied, I never went, I was just like, how do I get out of this thing? Okay. Like, like my soul didn't feel home over there. Like I didn't feel like I was doing something right in my life. Like I knew that from the very beginning, I don't belong here. So, but in
that's
NIFT,
a very big message that you gotta understand. There's a lot of depth in it.
Yes, and in NIFT, I felt like, okay, this is in Sundays I don't feel good. I'm like, okay, because NIFT is a space where you get a lot of creative freedom. So like you are open to do whatever you want inside the campus. The labs are open all the time for you. Like there are plenty of machines, stitching machineries and embroidery machineries, leather department, textile department, the library. Everything is open all the time, and I was a hostelite, so I had that access all the time. And it was such a big world in itself, the NIFT campus of Chennai. I can't tell you like how much like I feel like Sundays I don't feel like staying at room or doing anything. Just go there and talk to your seniors, talk to the teachers. Like I would go randomly, like barge in like different department teacher, like leather department or anything, and I'll, ma'am, how do we do this? How do we do? Ma'am is like, why do you even need to know this? You're not even in this department. I'm like, ma'am, asking for a friend. So that's how it was. Like I was a very curious child when I was in college. It felt so new to me. Okay, this is exactly where I wanted to be.
Fantastic. So you got a very, very positive environment.
Very positive.
And a very environment that was open to your creativity.
Yes.
And the teachers were supportive. Fantastic.
The teachers were so supportive. Like I said, when I was in Asian Designer Week, I got Asian Designer Week and I had to create everything on my own. And for that reason, I was not able to attend classes because I have a lot of stitching to do to go and showcase over there. And so all my faculties of all classes, I'll just go and tell them, sir, I just got through this design week and it's in 20 days and I have so much stitching to do and I have to create a collection and all that. So they were like, don't worry about the classes, we'll mark you present, you go do your stitching. So there was no attendance issues. They'll just mark me present. They'll be like, okay, she's preparing for the week and we have to just give it to her.
Fantastic. That's amazing. So what were the first things? Like now you know how to start a boutique, how to do a business and all of that. Back then, what were the first few things that you bought it together?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what actually happened. So I quit the job, then I sat down and I wrote what exactly will take me to, like to start a brand and have a clientele. So first thing that came to my mind was marketing. And marketing means I can do like, online marketing, offline marketing. The first and the other thing that came to my mind is celebrity collaboration or influencers. If they promote my brand, which wasn't a brand back then, I had few clothes. So if they promote few of my clothes, it will be like a lot of people in Bangalore will get to know about it. So what I did is I started like, figuring out a lot of email addresses of models, bloggers, influencers on Instagram, even actresses. Okay, I took down all their email addresses and I wrote it down on a paper. It was around 20-30 email addresses. Then I very nicely had made one mail drafted, and the mail was about like, please do a photo shoot for me. In return, I'll give you one outfit for free. So all the outfit that I had made and kept it all this while in my college days and everything. So I had done a cataloging of it, like pictures of it. So I told that just do a photo shoot for me and I'll give you one outfit for free. And nobody really, like
responded.
Yeah. So from 30 mail addresses that I sent that mails to, from there I got response from like 3 or 4 people max. And also they wanted, like I told them, okay, these are the outfits that I can give, just do a photo shoot for me. And I'm not asking for more than anything. So a few of them, they were like, okay, our photo shoot is happening here, you might as well send off your outfit. And it was just one outfit we will shoot for you, not more than that. Just send off your outfit, we will get it done. That was the first step of the celebrity collaboration that I got. Was like 2 celebrity from Bangalore who had did a shoot with me with the outfit, and in return I had given.
Who are these celebrities who supported you?
So celebrity, it was the first. She was a model, Rakshita Harimurthy. Okay, she was a model, and another was Akshara Goda. Okay, they both agreed, and then they did a shoot with me, and during the shoot we really became close. And then they had like another event coming up, so they told me, your outfits are nice, why don't you design, like make another outfit for this event? I'm like, sure, I'll do it. And that time, like, I would not charge a penny to anybody. This was just to make a brand. This was like, I would agree and I will go source the fabric. I'll like whatever it takes me to spend, I used to spend and make that outfit for them, give it to them. And they would be like really happy. Okay, and in return what they would do, they would market me. They'll promote my page, and back then I had created a very nice Instagram handle, and the presence was very nice and everything. So they would just market my page, and they would write good things about me, and that would really boost me. And I'm
what was the first initial investment that you made into a business?
Initial investment was a stitching machine and a mannequin is what I did.
And how much was that?
That was around 10,000.
10,000 rupees.
Yeah.
And how much turnover is Divya making now?
It is around 1.2 crore.
That's a point that you have to remember. Okay, so the transition from injecting 10,000 to generating 1.2 CR revenue annually. So this transition has taken how many years?
This transition took me 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years. And what is that you did differently from other designers that you are able to touch a point of 1.2 CR now?
So what I did differently according to me is that I never thought anybody as my competition. So what I did was very unique to my style, and I never thought, okay, this person is doing something like this, let me just do that. So it was always different, whether I get my kind of crowd or not. I always stuck to my designs, my style and my aesthetic. So I was very confident about what I am doing, and I have a very nice attention to detail and aesthetic feel for everything. Like at least I want to believe so that I have a good taste in that. And the type of clients that I get are very fashion forward. They try to experiment on their looks, experiment on colors, experiments on cuts and all that. And they don't come up with like, you know, one particular design from another designer. Okay, we want to do this. So they are very open to getting my suggestions. So I have a very friendly connection with my clients. And they feel like home when they come to my studio. They try on their outfits. They feel like they're just trying something in their living room, you know, and having that comfortable environment. I give one-on-one attention to all my clients.
Fantastic.
So
there's so many aspiring fashion designers who have the dream of starting their own boutique. That's their first big dream. What do you want to do? I want to start my own label. I want to start my own boutique.
I was that kid few years back.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, now my question is, the second investment that would come in is a studio, boutique studio.
Yes.
And now though in Bangalore to get a piece of land is like a thing. So, you know, what was the investment back then, and what would be the investment now if somebody has to start a boutique?
So
like to get a proper place to have their label.
Proper place. So it will, like, when I started, like, I was at Whitefield and I had taken a very small room for my, you know, there was one tailor and one me. There was no other.
There's one tailor, one me. That's so cute. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was no one else. So I'll tell the tailor what to do. He'll get it done, and I'll peacefully go back home. And then, like, that's where, like, my investment was very less back then, because the studio space was around 20K. Rent was 20K. The tailor salary was 20K. And then and that's the only, you know, recurring expenses that I had in a month. And then we had a home in Whitefield, my sisters, so I used to stay there. So a living cost was not there for me, luckily. When I started generating a lot of revenue in that small area is when...
What was the initial revenues that you were able to generate with 40,000 recurring expenses?
40,000 recurring, so annually I would make around 50 lakhs to 55 lakhs was that was.
But how did that transition happen? Like initially only, how did you get so many
initially
people?
I'll tell you, so this exactly happened soon after my celebrity collaborations actually. So like, you know, like I said, I was little lucky to have all that. Like initially I did you know, like I played a bet that okay, let me just start off with, you know, celebrities doing my marketing. In return, even if I have to give them outfits from my own cost, that was basically my marketing cost without like, you know, directly putting it in marketing. It was my marketing cost. I was making outfits for them, giving it to them free of cost. So, and that I did with 2-3 hour models, and we did photo shoots, and seeing them, many other stylists had approached, because those outfits that I made for them were very different, very unique, and it was my own designs. And so many other stylists, they approached me saying, okay, we have this so and so celebrity for this event, do you want to do something for them? And like, why not? I just grabbed every opportunity that was coming to me, left, right and center.
Which was that one point which gave you a big spike?
So my friendship with Manvita actually was very, like, she actually helped me in my career, I can say. I was in that 20K small studio when she came into my studio for her Saima outfits. I had seen her profile and I was very, like, you know, eager to do something for her, and she came in and she was like, and my mom was there and she saw all the outfits, and she told my mom, your daughter is very talented, auntie, she's going places. And she was such a sweet, and like, you know, her words were very like inspiring, and I was really, you know, very confident, okay, even she likes it and all that. And after that, for some reason, I could we couldn't do it on the Saima, but after she came back, she told me, okay, the Saima thing didn't happen, but you designed something for me for the film fair. And I was very new in this field. I was very, very new. Like, that was my initial first year, you can say. So she told me, design something for me for my film fair. I was like, sure, why not? And I designed something for her, and I'll sketch it out. I'll show her the sketches. Do you like this, or what do you want next, and all that. And she was very confident and had faith on me that, okay, she's gonna do the best. She was like, do whatever you feel like, I'll wear it. So I designed a very nice silver sari for her, and then she told me, why don't you accompany me to film fair? Why don't you come with me to the film fair? And that was very big thing for me, and I was like, sure, why not? And when I went there, I had many other friends. I got connected with many other people in the industry who were celebrities, and I got to know them. They saw my work, and I started working for them, and designing outfits for them, and that's when the name label Divya Samal got established in Bangalore market.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Divya, we spoke about your milestones, and what are those points where you felt terrible and you felt like, okay, this day has been horrible with you? Any incident with a client which made you feel like that, or any deadline time or anything else in your business?
There are so many times, like,
If you want to remember one day which you feel like, okay, that day should not come back to my life.
there was one time here, like, that was actually, I don't know, that was a very unlucky for us or what, like, that was a horrible. So I was doing a wedding outfits for a bride and groom and their entire family, the bride side and the groom side. So it was like, the bill amount was huge, but during the process we had developed a very, very friendly bond. It was none of my business, though I helped them out with their pre-wedding, what they should wear, what they should do, this, that, and sitting, and after the trials are done, we'll sit for hours and just talk about each other's life and personal things, and it was like just a very, very friendly thing that was happening. Like I said, there was a deadline, we had to give it 3 in the morning, we had to sit and complete the order. So the day came when, like, they just kept on adding the outfits, and I, without any hesitation, I'm like, don't worry about it, I'll get it done, everything. So, and I just took it up, and I made everyone in my team, my embroidery guys, the kari guys, everyone has to wait. Like, you stay up in the night, finish the order, then we are sleeping, and then we'll take a 10 days break. Don't worry. Just work your, work hard for this few days. Once their order is done, we'll do. So, like, we did all the orders and we handed over. So, and that time they had actually, the bride and groom had left the city. So they told that we'll send someone to collect the outfit. And it was, the payment amount was huge, and they took the outfit and then they never responded. So just because we had that friendly, the thing, so I told that, don't worry, you do the payment, that's fine. Take
What
the
was
outfit.
the amount?
That was more than 6 lakhs.
Okay.
Yeah. So they took the...
You trusted and gave the outfit. Okay.
I learned this in a very, very hard way. Like, the bill amount was that, but the balance amount was not that much. It was around 3.5 or 4. So they had paid the initial. And then they didn't respond to the calls, and I told that everybody were working overtime. The karigars were working overtime. Everybody stayed up all night for 3 to 4 days consecutively just to finish your orders. But then they were not responding for me to tell anything, and I couldn't say this to my parents. They'll be like, why do you mix your friendship and business together? And that is not done. And I am very emotional person that way. Like, if you talk something some clients comes and I'll be like, I'll do everything for you, just said like that. So I'm not very, very money oriented.
Were you able to recover that?
No, they actually then came back, but they didn't pay the full amount, but then they paid certain amount. So that there was a loss of 1 lakh around, but then it was a learning.
Fantastic, great. What is the kind of partner you have? It's a very psychological question I'm asking you. What's the aspiration that you have, that what kind of partner are you awaiting and looking for?
Actually, if you talk about what kind of partner I need, I want a partner who I can look up to, who will inspire me. I know there are so many people, who gets inspired from me, my journey and all that. But I need a partner who is headstrong and who is going to inspire me to achieve more and more, and who has values, mostly the old school values, which is gone these days.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I need...
so you want to look up and wake up with someone who inspires you every day?
Inspires me every day. Seeing him, I'll feel like going to work. Seeing him working that hard, I will feel like, leveling myself up. So I think I would want a partner like that.
You would want, or you already have?
I would want.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Divya, last question. What are the mistakes that budding fashion designers have to avoid?
So I think the mistakes is showing off. Like if you are not, like they tell, no, fake it till you make it. I don't think that works anymore in this generation. So if you're like a, you have worked that hard and your skills are that good and everything is like very beautiful as you show it, it has to reflect in your backing out basically for me. So if you are if you're not good enough, you work hard
To become good.
to become good, instead of just showing that like just a clip, okay, your life is so good. That is something that I don't like. Budding fashion designer, they would not have done certain things, but then
They will be portraying it.
yeah. So that is not, you can get there. Reinvest in your skills, polish them and get the skills, and you will become that person that you want
Mistakes
to
to
be.
avoid with the team and the boutique management.
Mistakes to avoid, I can say, like not having clear cut communication with your vendors, not telling your deadlines to your carigars who are working with you. They might not like
Clear cut communication.
clear cut communication is what I feel. And when they are dedicating their time and everything to your company, you have to dedicate your time to know if they are doing good in their own lives. Like you have to be emotionally involved with your teammates who are working for you, and just to be sure that they are also like doing good. As a boss, that's your requirement to take care of your team like a family. So taking care of them is what like most people just avoid. They are paying you, that they should work for you. That's not a case. You have to lift them up.
Financial mistakes to avoid.
Financial mistakes to avoid is like
Especially for fashion designers.
fashion designers, there are few fashion weeks which won't give you a lot of highlight or
The presence that
the exposure
Exposure,
yeah, they won't give, but you put in a lot of money for that event just so that you're doing a fashion week. You shouldn't do. You have to be very selective in what fashion weeks you are doing, and also you have to be very selective of what clients you're taking on board. So when you're in a fashion designing career, you cannot take all the clients that comes to you. Your design aesthetic should match their design aesthetics as well. So so that you both will be a right match for each other. So you just cannot take up any client and every client that comes to you just because you need the money. And that I had forgotten back then to tell, but it's actually a really big mistake. Initial days, I would take all the clients that would come up to me because they are paying me the amount, but sometimes they would not relate to my design skills and my aesthetic, like the type of work that I do. They would be thinking something else and I would have delivered something else because this is what I do. But then choosing right clients for you is as important as the clients choosing a right designer for their big day.
Fantastic. The wrong investments that can be avoided in the initial days.
That I would say overstaffing your studio, like your workspace, with people that you don't really need. You overstaff, they normally do, like as a designer, so you have 2-3 helpers around you, one assistant, which you don't really need them. So like overstaffing should be avoided. Like you just have the right people for you who are specifically doing these jobs for you, and then your team will just work on smooth, and there will be a lot of cost cutting over there. Like like you have to be very particular about where you are spending your money. Like in terms of inventory, if you have a lot of dead inventory over there who are sitting in the racks for like years and years, that is one thing that you should avoid. So 80% of your inventory should target 80% of your clients. So like the clients who are coming in, and the rest 20% that you're designing out of your creativity, passion, of the...
You mean to say if you're designing 10 clothes, 8 clothes should be sold?
Yeah, if I'm a wedding designer, 80% of my collection should target the brides and grooms, and the 10% should be for the actresses, for the red carpet, for this, that, oversized and totally all out costumes. But if I think like I'm a fashion designer and my 80% of the outfits are something that the bride and grooms can't wear, and they only have to choose from that 10%, so that will not take me anywhere. So even if that's not your style and it's the style of the crowd that is coming to your label, So that is the thing that you have to design. Like it's not always like, okay, sticking to your own terms and own designs. You have to modify a little bit according to the clients that are coming into your store also, and so something that they would like. The like in Bangalore, how people here are, you know, like into the style, and give it your own touch a little bit.
So if in case if you have an investment, or if you're making an investment of 25 lakhs, probably you should do your numbers and know when is exactly that moment that you can get the return of investment. What are the returns every single
Yeah.
month? When is that you can take back the capital investment?
Yeah.
When is that you can start seeing the profits?
Yeah.
All of these things, at least a year plan should be ready with you, and 3 years
Yes.
vision should be ready with you. Your business model should be ready with you. So don't get into any business in that impulse decision of just
Yeah.
becoming a brand or a label.
So I just jumped into this business world without having that knowledge in me. That's the reason I had to, you know, 2 years of struggle. The place I could have reached in like 3-4 years with a proper planning in me, like with a full Excel file, like how I have it right now. Like, you know, the next year fully planned, the daily targets are there, the monthly targets are there, like what we have to achieve every day, what we have to achieve in every month just to achieve an annual target. So since I didn't had that, I had jumped into it and I was exploring what is coming, and whatever is coming my way I was exploring. So that 2 years was a waste. Not waste, it was a learning experience though, but it took me extra 2 to 3 years just to be there and to know, okay, what is happening. Because like I said, this business part I learned on the way.
But I think now, you know, what I feel, Divya, when you say on the way, to be very honest, to become Spoorthi Vishwas, it took me 15 years.
Okay.
Right? Spoorthi Vishwas is known to people for the last 1.5 year or 2 years or maybe 3 years people know me. But to become who I am today, I've worked my ass off for 15 long years who don't know the journey. Right? It is not a sudden success.
Exactly.
Your sudden success comes with a lot of years
Exactly.
of hard work.
Yeah.
But for now, what I'm seeing is everybody wants a success within like 2-3 years, which
Yeah.
is not practically possible. But it may not even take 15 years like how I took.
Yeah.
It may come down to 3-4 years, 5 years. But that 5 years can happen only with a 1 and 2 years of completely dedicated background work
Exactly.
and preparation and skill set, becoming ready
Exactly.
and market ready. You know, becoming yourself market ready.
Exactly.
So that's when you have to step in. So that's what I keep telling
like
everybody.
you said, like it took you 15 years to become what you are. But can you see the level of commitment you had, like the consistency? Like
Yes,
you didn't give up.
It's the same way I used to, you know, I always went all out when I went low. When my bank balance showed 0 is when my energy would be on 100.
Yeah.
When it is 100, okay, I will be like, okay, I'm doing good
I'm
and things
doing
like. But
good.
when it goes rock bottom is when, okay, that's when a lot of people fail. When
Yeah.
it goes to rock bottom, they say, okay, this is not for me.
Yes.
You know, when it goes to rock bottom, those people who say this is for me are the
Yeah.
people who will achieve in that. Right?
Exactly. So that's called the power of, you know, consistency. You can be, you know, rock bottom for 3-4 years straight, but still you're not giving up. Then 5th year you'll be top of your game. So you'll just have to
Absolutely.
stick to it.
Correct. I'm really feeling very good about your journey, Divya, because you're not someone who's born with silver spoons, or you're not someone who's born with somebody who got all the support from the family and things like that. You are a self-made woman who built this on by yourself, and I'm so proud to be, you know, having this conversation with you. This can be an inspiration to a lot many more people, right?
Yeah.
So what's your final message to all our audience watching this, you know, dreaming about it? No, I'm also someone just like Divya who's starting out, who has big dreams. What's your message to them?
My message would be to them that, you know, just have the faith in yourself and be a rebel. Be a rebel. Just like question everything that you're doing. And, you know, if you have faith in yourself, you just can achieve anything in life. And I was blessed because I had very supportive family and friends, but there are people out there who doesn't get that. So in that situation, only the faith that they have in themselves will work out. Stay true to yourself and work hard every single day and try to be better every single day. is what I can tell them.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Divya. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
It was great pleasure having you. I feel this episode will be an inspiration to a lot many more women aspiring to achieve in the field of fashion. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Divya.
you.
Thank you so much. That's Real Celebrity Podcast powered by Krishniah Chetty Group of Jewelers. These are stories of extraordinary women. So stay tuned. I'll see you with another extraordinary episode. Thank you.